Hey, it's Emily Williams, the founder of I Heart My Life and your host of the I Heart My Life show. This is episode 156, 3 things to consider before joining a mastermind. Now, whether you're joining a mastermind or some other group, there are multiple things that you want to consider to help make the decision. I'm going to dive into what those top 3 things actually are so that you can move forward full speed ahead and know whether it's a yes or a no for you. The most important thing is to actually make a decision. No one likes to be in limbo. No one likes to go back and forth. I guarantee the founders of the mastermind, they don't like you to be in that place of indecision either. They want you to have that clarity, and I know you want that for yourself. So I'm going to share those 3 things that you can look at and evaluate as you're making the decision about whether a mastermind is actually right for you. So let's dive in. This episode was sponsored by the I Heart My Life Mastermind. The I Heart My Life Mastermind is perfect for you if you already have a business and you're looking to scale. We cover tons of different topics. We cover marketing strategy, revenue planning, team, processes, everything you need in terms of mindset, high performance, really taking care of yourself as well as your business, events, publicity. We literally have 7 coaches under one umbrella to support you and give you the answers to all of your burning questions. We host regular weekly workshops where you get your personal questions answered. We have retreats. You have a private Slack channel where you get to ask questions 24/7. You have an extensive resource bank that helps you put in place our cash method in your own business, and much, much more. This is one of the most inventive programs around. I don't know anyone else offering the service that we provide. So if you are interested in growing your business and transforming your life, definitely book a call with us to learn more. Go to iheartmylifebooking.com and learn more about the I Heart My Life Mastermind. So in Think and Grow Rich, the author Napoleon Hill defines a mastermind as a coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between 2 or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. And then he goes on to talk about the fact that there is so much power in a mastermind. He says, it is a well-known fact that a group of electric batteries will provide more energy than a single battery. It is also a well-known fact that an individual battery will provide energy in proportion to the number and capacity of the cells it contains. The brain functions in a similar fashion. This accounts for the fact that some brains are more efficient than others and leads to this significant statement. Listen to this. He says, a group of brains coordinated or connected in a spirit of harmony will provide more thought energy than a single brain, just as a group of electric batteries will provide more energy than a single battery. So obviously he's talking about people and not just batteries here. He's talking about the brain power that comes from groups. So you've heard the phrase, 2 minds are better than 1. And that's exactly what a mastermind provides. Now, I've been a part of a variety of different types of masterminds. I've been in masterminds where there's a set structure and a step-by-step process. I've been in masterminds where there's a leader, but the main point of the mastermind is actually networking. And I've been a part of masterminds that I've actually put together myself. I haven't paid for anything. It's just a group of people that I brought together to support one another. So regardless of the type of mastermind you are looking to be a part of, we're going to dive into some of the key components to look at. And this process is a way in which you can make a decision as to whether this mastermind is right for you. Now, before we go any further, I want you to understand, don't get hung up on the word mastermind. This information pertains to any program or group that you are thinking about joining for the purpose of furthering your learning, creating more success, going to the next level. So you'll be able to take these 3 things and apply it to any group or coaching experience that you are considering. So the first thing that I want you to consider is, do you want to be where the teachers or the coaches actually are? Now, a lot of people come into the world of coaching and entrepreneurship from corporate, or they have some sort of experience in a previous job. And I know that you can all relate to the fact that if you don't want to be where the boss is someday, then you're probably not going to want to be a part of that company or move up in that company, because what you see as the example of the top is not actually appealing to you. I know that we've all heard the stories of people getting into a company and recognizing, you know what? I don't actually want the boss's job. I don't actually want the manager's job. And so maybe I need to rethink this. Maybe I need to pick a different career path or a different company because right now I'm happy where I'm at, but there's nowhere to go, right? And the same thing is true when you're joining a group. I always like to know that the person leading the group is someone I admire. It's somebody who has a business that I want. It's somebody who has a team that I want. It's someone who has a personal life that I want. So for example, I was a part of Brendon Burchard's mastermind. Now, this mastermind structure was a little bit different than the type of mastermind that we run at I Heart My Life. The main focus truly is on the network. You get about 3 events a year. At the time that I'm recording this, this is the information. Don't take this to be forever information. I'm sure he may change his experience and what he puts out there in the world at some point. But when I was a part of it, you got 3 events and you got to attend the events in a variety of different locations. And during that experience, he would teach and he would present and he would educate. And he would also have guests there, different people who were reputable in my industry. And so it was really amazing to not only learn from him, but to also learn from the guests. And the type of people that he brought together in the mastermind were also incredible. So it was a really great opportunity for me to expand my network. It had, when I was a part of it, I think like 60 people. So it was quite big for a mastermind. And it wasn't an intimate experience with Brendon, at least when I was a part of it. All right. So there were lots of people there and lots of people learning from him. And it was awesome. But if you were looking for a more intimate experience, maybe it wasn't the right fit. Okay, so you want to look at the type of person who's running the actual mastermind itself. And I personally really admire Brendon Burchard. I love the business that he's created. I love the people he attracts, which we'll talk about in just a second. I admire him as a person. I love that he has a really strong relationship with his wife. I love that he works with Oprah Winfrey, right? His connections are amazing. He works with Usher and tons of other incredible celebrities. So I really believe in what he stands for, and I believe in him as a person, and I admire where he's at in his company and what he's built. Okay, so you want to think about the person who's running the mastermind, and do you want to be where they're at? Do you want to learn from them? Do you want to emulate what it was that they've created? Do you want to emulate the type of work style they have? Do you want to emulate the type of programs or products that they put out into the world? Do you want to create a network like what they currently have? All the things, those things are really important. I would never want to invest in or learn from any sort of teacher or educator or coach who I didn't actually admire. Again, to go back to that example of when you're in a job and if you don't admire the manager or the boss, then you're not going to want to have that job. Okay, so think about what your goals actually are and whether the person who's leading the mastermind is in alignment with those goals and where you want to go. The next thing to look at is who are the participants. So whenever I join a group, I always ask, who's in this group? Not only the type of person, but how many people, because everyone wants a different experience. Like I mentioned, the mastermind I was a part of with Brendon, it was really big. And so it wasn't like we had one-to-one sessions with Brendon. And that was fine. I knew exactly what I was getting when I went into that mastermind. But you have to know what you want. So what is the size of the group? What is the type of group? What is their personality, right? Are they going to help me expand my network? Are they givers? Are they people who want to show up? Are they participating? Is the group active? I've been a part of other groups where the group wasn't very active and I was the one in there typing and asking questions and offering, my feedback, but everyone else was really silent. And that wasn't the type of group that I wanted to be a part of. I wanted to be a part of people who were givers and people who would participate, and I wanted to build friendships. I know for a lot of people, the online space can be really lonely. And there's a lot of people out there who start businesses. Maybe you're one of them. And maybe your family and friends don't actually understand what it is that you're doing. And so being a part of a group that does get what you want to do is really important. It's essential to your development. One of the groups that I put together on my own was this 4-person mastermind. It was actually made up of different women who I'd met throughout other group programs. And we actually took a little trip together. And I remember one morning we were having breakfast and brainstorming about our programs and different launches that we had coming up in the near future. And I was talking to them about a program that I wanted to create and put out there into the world. And they kind of looked at me with a strange expression on their face and told me that my price was too low. And I loved that they saw something more for me. They saw a next level for me. They had confidence in me. And that's one of the incredible things about a mastermind and a group of people who have your back. They can tell you when you need to raise your prices. They can tell you when you're being too hard on yourself. They can introduce you to other people and help you expand your network. Within our mastermind at I Heart My Life, so many of the ladies have actually collaborated with one another. They've been guest experts in each other's programs. They've commented on posts, shared podcast episodes, all the things that you would do when you support somebody and you believe in their mission. So you want to ask yourself, who are these participants in this program? And honestly, people will tell you whenever somebody signs up for our mastermind, we let them know what type of women are in this group. We actually show them behind the scenes in the Slack channel where all of our communication happens, right? So we have this whole forum where all of the women can support one another. They can ask questions 24/7. They can be connected. And that's one of the things that people are craving more than ever before is that connection. So be bold. Don't be afraid to ask who these people are who are in this group. Now, most people won't give you names, right? But they can say, you know what, there are a lot of lawyers in this group, or there are a lot of coaches. There are women at 6 figures and 7 figures. These are women who are ready to give to you. These are women who are generous. They're supportive. That's what you're looking for. All right, the third thing to look for as you're considering a mastermind is, of course, will this help me get results? Is this in alignment with where I want to go and what I desire? So for me, when I joined another mastermind, one of the goals was publicity. And at the time, I wanted more publicity. And so I was clear that was the result that I was going to achieve from being a part of this mastermind. Now, I would not have expected it to improve my health, right? Because that's not one of the promises. So you want to be really clear around what is going to move the needle for you. And is this group in alignment with what you desire for yourself? Is it going to get you the results that you're craving? And by the way, one important thing to point out here is the program that you're considering can be the best program in the world. But unless you are willing to show up and actually do the work and participate, you won't get results. So that's a big kind of side question to ask yourself. Am I willing to show up and do the work to get the results or the promise of this mastermind? Am I willing to go all in? You know, somebody recently told me that I Heart My Life is the company people go to when they're ready to go all in. And I absolutely love that because it's so true. We love working with women who are ready to really do it and to go to the next level. And that means that they're going to have to show up. So ask yourself, what is the result I can expect from this group? Or results, obviously, there's probably more than one. And is that in alignment for where I want to go, my goals? And am I willing to really show up and make the most of it? Because honestly, it's a complete waste of money unless you're ready to go all in. So many people join groups and they think, oh, I'm just going to swallow this magic pill. And it's true. When you join a group, you actually transform from the inside out right away because you've had to find the money. You've said yes. You put in your credit card. You signed up, right? You energetically made the decision. But sometimes it's kind of like the beginning of a relationship. And sometimes you have all this excitement in the beginning and then you start to question yourself. Can I really do this? Can I make it happen? Did I make the right decision? And I actually tell all of our students at some point, you're going to think, oh my gosh, this is a big mistake because you're up leveling and it's going to feel uncomfortable. But you have to ask yourself, am I really going to do this work? Otherwise, it's a waste in time and money on your part and the mentor's part if you're not actually going to show up. Okay. So let's recap here. The first question is, do I admire the teachers? Do I want to be like them? Do I want what they have? Number 2, who are the participants? How are they showing up? Am I going to resonate with them? Are they givers? Are they going to inspire me? And then number 3, what is the result that I can expect from the group? And is that in alignment with my goals? And sidebar, am I actually going to show up? Am I going to commit? And here's one of the things that I really love to ask our students as they join our programs. I love to ask, what is something that could throw you off course? What is something that could derail you as you're on your path towards your next level goals? Let's just be real and honest about what that actually is. And then us as coaches, we can watch out for that. And personally, at I Heart My Life, we've found that accountability is so important. So we actually have an accountability coach that holds all of our students accountable. And what this looks like is she will actually reach out to people if they go silent, if they're not showing up on the calls, if they're not participating. We keep track of who shows up on all the calls at I Heart My Life. So we know exactly when to reach out and if people need additional support. So ask yourself, what is that going to look like to hold myself accountable? What does it look like to prepare to potentially go backwards or potentially to go into hiding when I start to freak out, right? And let the founders or the leaders of the mastermind know what your tendencies are. Just be honest with them. Hey, you know what, Emily? When I get encouraged to go on video or to up my marketing game, I start to freak out because I'm scared of being visible. Can you guys hold me accountable? Can you comment below my video? Can you cheer me on when I'm about to go live? People are more than happy to help you and go above and beyond, but you have to communicate about what it is that you actually need. So I hope this makes sense. I hope this helps you understand how to actually decide whether a mastermind is the right fit for you, the things to look for, and the way in which you can show up and do your part so that this decision is your most successful one and gets you the most results possible. I hope you loved today's episode. It's essential that you are fully supported as you move forward with your next level goals. You deserve to be fully supported. There are people out there who have made tons of mistakes and are able to shed some light on how you can move forward and not have to go through all of that stuff, how to avoid those mistakes and how to get there faster than they did. Now, I don't know about you, but I love to move fast and I'd love for somebody to guide me as I go down this entrepreneurial journey and go to the next level. And that's exactly why I chose to have a mentor every step of the way. So regardless of where you're at on your journey, we can support you at I Heart My Life in going to the next level. Book a call with us at iheartmylifebooking.com. We can hop on the phone with you and help get clear on what your next steps are and what that support actually looks like. You deserve to be fully supported as you move forward with your vision, and we can help. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next episode of the I Heart My Life show. We hope you loved this episode. Thank you so much for being an avid listener of the I Heart My Life show. Take a second and leave a review. It would mean so much to us, and we read all of them. And for further inspiration and life and business tips about creating a life that you love and achieving massive success, definitely follow us at I Heart My Life on Instagram and at I Heart My Life Now on Facebook. See you next time.